Russian shelling destroyed civilian buildings, including a shopping mall in Kyiv, as Russian President Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine approaches the one-month mark. This week, Western allies will coordinate the next phase of assistance to the country, with U.S. President Joe Biden heading to Europe to attend an emergency NATO summit and to meet with leaders of the G7 and the European Union, said National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan.
He will join our partners in imposing further sanctions on Russia and tightening the existing sanctions to crack down on evasion and to ensure robust enforcement. He will work with allies on longer-term adjustments to NATO force posture on the eastern flank. He will announce joint action on enhancing European energy security and reducing Europe's dependence on Russian gas at long last.
You will hear the sound with which we are living already for 25 days.
The goal is to strengthen Volodymyr Zelensky's hand as he negotiates with Moscow. The Ukrainian president has signaled that after a ceasefire agreement is achieved, he is open to discussing the status of the eastern Donbas region, held by Russian-backed separatists, and Crimea, annexed by Moscow in 2014. Kyiv is also willing to consider dropping demands for full NATO membership in exchange for security guarantees.
What that looks like, what allies and partners are looking at, what they're willing to do is going to be incredibly important. And it's not going to be just enough for Russia to remove its troops. Russia will also have to pay for the rebuilding of what took place in Ukraine.
Biden will need to navigate divisions between NATO allies who want to supply offensive weapons, such as fighter jets, and others who want to avoid escalation with Moscow.
While a war in Ukraine is clearly awful, a wider war in Europe would be fundamentally catastrophic. And NATO's core role here is essentially to prevent World War III. So NATO has a real job to do to deter, to reinforce, and go back to basics to deter Russia from any wider aggression against European nations.
Biden will also announce additional aid to respond to the growing flow of refugees, including the millions pouring into neighboring Poland, where he will meet with President Andrzej Duda.
Poland is where the United States has surged a significant number of forces to be able to help defend and shore up the eastern flank. Poland has to contend not just with the war in Ukraine, but with Russia's military deployments to Belarus, which have fundamentally changed the security equation there.
The White House has not confirmed speculation that Biden will visit refugees while he is in Poland. It said he will not visit Ukraine, given the dangers of a president entering a war zone. With Patsy Widakuswara, Anita Powell, VOA News, Brussels.